Hey guys, it's the Insane Machine Cody Hawkins, and you're watching WGS-TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on youtube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFXTV. I'm Noble Billy Bujo bringing you guys part 2 of the new Tomb Raider series I've been debuting here on WGS-TV. Now, as we saw in the last installment, Lara Croft and her crew are stranded on some sort of deserted island, and we've seen things as much as her being abducted, escaping through various caves, failing a couple of times, and now we've established a camp, and now we've made use of a bow and arrow. We had to find food for Lara Croft, and we have to establish a camp. So this is pretty much where we have left off. So while you guys are seeing that, I'm going to talk about Impact Wrestling for the week of March 14th, 2013. Now, this is supposed to be the fallout show from the lockdown pay-per-view, and we're in Chicago, and let's see, from what I saw of the venue and what I saw on TV, they drew in a very good crowd for Impact Wrestling. So the opening of the show, we were scheduled to have a tag team title match between Chavo Guerrero, Hernandez, and Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. Apparently that didn't happen. Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez, they're in the ring, and then they get jumped by the Aces and Eights. And Devon makes the big introduction of Bully Ray, the president of Aces and Eights, and the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. It was just the basic heel style promo, that we've known from Bully Ray. When Bully Ray's the heel, the one thing that he always said was, "Do you know who I am?" And goes on to rant about how the Aces and Eights are going to accomplish more in one day than the NWO did in their entire existence. And of course, that was basically used as a heel dig towards Hulk Hogan and possibly Sting at the same time, because Sting was in the NWO Wolfpack. I wonder how many of you guys remember that. But then Bully Ray said, "Hulk Hogan, I dare you to come out here and fire the Aces and Eights, because you don't have the..." Well, I'm not going to use the particular phrase that he used, but he pretty much said, "You don't have it in you to come out here and fire us." So a very interesting way to start off the Fallout show from lockdown for Impact Wrestling this week. And, the crowd was already into it, which, again, I like to see, because no offense to the Impact Zone Orlando fans, but if it had been over in the Impact Zone in Orlando, it wouldn't have gotten a big reaction like it did in Chicago tonight. So I thought that was a very decent opening, and I love the fact that the crowd is into it. They've been into it the entire show. 4 out of 5 on this one. The opening matchup for Impact Wrestling saw the knockouts. We had Velvet Sky and Mickie James teaming up to take on Tara and Gail Kim. Now, Taryn Terrell was been put on probation because of her actions back at Lockdown. I'm going to take you back to Lockdown very quickly. Gail Kim had just been pushing out and kind of nitpicking at Taryn Terrell, where she just couldn't take it anymore, and decided to take out her frustrations out on Gail Kim. Now, because of those actions, she's put on probation. Now, in tonight's match, we pretty much see kind of the same thing. We see Taryn Terrell being pushed at and just goaded by Gail Kim, to the point where Taryn Terrell slapped her and then realized what she did, which ended up costing her the match. Velvet Sky hits the in-your-face finisher and gets the win for her team. So, 3.5 out of 5. I really can't say anything too bad, because it's, again, 4 hot women wrestlers who actually know how to wrestle. Now, for some reason, I want to say possibly as a match filler, we had a rematch between Rob Terry and Robbie E. Now at Lockdown, Robbie E just got just completely, utterly squashed, and that's pretty much what happened again here in this one. Robbie E come on the microphone saying, "You know, your win was just a fluke, bro. It ain't gonna happen again, bro." So Rob Terry is just, you know, the dude's in phenomenal shape. Just absolutely annihilates Robbie E. But for the life of me, I just don't understand why we had to see him dancing. You know, maybe if they come up with, you know, maybe it's TNA's answer to Brodus Clay. Maybe. 3 out of 5 on that one. Now, next up, we were scheduled to have the return of AJ Styles. AJ Styles had been tweeting during the week that he was going to be there. He invited himself to Chicago. So we're sitting there, we're waiting, we hear AJ Styles' music. He doesn't come out. Then next, you know, we have Daniels and Kazarian dressed up as the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, calling themselves the Legions of Boom, and, you know, they're claiming that, you know, they were dressed up as the second best tag team ever, and parody them a lot, especially, you know, with Hawk's "Oh, What a Rush." We get it with Daniels, "Oh, what a tush," and he points to his butt. Yeah, points to his butt. I would never do that. So, you know, while this parody is going on, Cowboy James Storm takes offense to it and ends up becoming a match between Storm and Daniels, where Storm gets the win. Now, after the matchup was over, Kazarian gets in, starts jumping James Storm and attacking him. Then AJ Styles comes out from the back and attacks Kazarian. Daniels takes one look at him and hightails it out of there. And, you know, then Storm and AJ Styles were standing right there side by side, ready, you know, squaring off with Daniels and Kazarian. Bad Influence, Legion of Boom. When out of nowhere, AJ clotheslines James Storm. So, you know, as if the whole thing with AJ Styles wasn't interesting and sometimes somewhat confusing, it goes even further. Where are they taking AJ? He's a face, yet he attacks James Storm. I don't know. 4 out of 5. Backstage, Kurt Angle's getting ready for, we just walk backstage. He sees Wes Briscoe, and it turns out to be an Aces and Eights trap. Aces and Eights beat down Kurt Angle. That's all it was. Joseph Park comes out to address his hometown crowd, because apparently they're saying Joseph Park was from Chicago, Illinois. And, you know, he starts talking about his big win at Lockdown, and then out comes Matt Morgan, and Matt Morgan saying he was going to eliminate Hulk Hogan's mistakes one by one, and it's going to start with Joseph Park. Joseph Park said, you know, nobody from Chicago backs down from a fight, and Matt Morgan said, hold on, wait a minute. We're not going to do it on your time. We're going to do it on my time. And then Joseph Park made a mistake of turning his back. Matt Morgan with the carbon footprint. And he said his time is next week. Matt Morgan basically becoming a typical heel bully. That's pretty much all he's becoming. 3.5 out of 5, because this Joseph Park gimmick is just really starting to get kind of stagnant as far as I'm concerned. Main event, Sting was looking for a fight. Sting was just really anxious and angry over Bully Ray's deception of over the past. You know, Sting got Hulk Hogan to trust Bully Ray. Sting entrusted Bully Ray, and Bully Ray fooled everybody. So Sting was looking for someone to fight. Austin Aries and Bobby Roode made the mistake of approaching him. Sting said, you know what, I'm going to fight. One of y'all wants to fight me, go ahead. And then Bobby Roode, unbeknownst to Austin Aries, had stepped back, and Austin Aries kind of got volunteered to be in the matchup with Sting. This was a very interesting matchup between these two, but it ended with a run-in by Aces and Eights, which was kind of typical. And then Bully Ray again out there saying, kind of goading Hulk Hogan into coming out. Hulk Hogan said that he is empowered all the wrestlers and the knockouts in the back to stand up and fight for TNA, and then next thing you know, we had a big old brawl that ensued, which ended with Aces and Eights out on top. So again, the story, the storyline, it's really baffling me as to where this is going. It's very NWO-esque in a sense. We're seeing the run-ins and the beatdowns, and we've seen that so many times over the years with the NWO, and sometimes with the Four Horsemen as well, and Degeneration X and the Nation of Domination. I could go on and so forth, etc., 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 etc. I really don't know what else to tell you guys. I'm going to give the last part a 3.5 out of 5. Overall score on Impact Wrestling this week, it's going to get a 4 out of 5 from me. I really want to see a tag team title match, but it just didn't pan out. We get the promo with Aces and Eights and Bully Ray. The Knockouts tag team match, Velvet Sky and Mickie James defeating Tara and Gail Kim. Possibly look for something to happen between Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell because of what happened in the match. Rob Terry squashing Robbie E and then dancing. It's somewhat remotely entertaining. Daniels and Kazarian coming out dressed as the Legion of Boom. It's just their way of being funny, I guess, trying to be entertaining. Cowboy James Storm defeating Daniels. And then AJ Styles attacking Cowboy James Storm after he saved him. It's really making me want to wonder, where are they going with this gimmick with AJ Styles? Kurt Angle got attacked by the Aces and Eights, just cut and dry. Joseph Park and Matt Morgan are now set up for a matchup next week on Impact Wrestling. Why? And then we end the program with a huge brawl between Aces and Eights and TNA. Aces and Eights gets the win. So, very hard to say where they're going from here. Now, what we've seen so far here, Lara Croft has established contact with Conrad Roth and is now attempting to reach him. And right now, we're exploring this weird-looking bunker. We've come across some sort of ancient mask. You guys have seen that. So, Lara Croft we're really endeavoring to reach Conrad Roth and reach the other survivors. So, we're gonna pick up on the adventures of Lara Croft on the next installment of Tomb Raider right here on WGS-TV. Guys, don't forget to please leave a like and a favorite on this video, and don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/FXTV Network. Also, don't forget, I really would like to know what you guys thought about Impact Wrestling this week and anything you might have seen here on Part 2 of Tomb Raider here on WGS-TV. So with that being said, I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux saying thank you very much for watching.
Stoke Artist. Stoke Artist. Stoke Artist. Stoke Artist. Spirituals medium. Stoke Artist. Stoke Artist. I'm Haley Ringrose. Stoke Artist.
My name's Andrew Weatherall.
Spirituals medium. Stoke Artist.